Hey guys, I'm back. I know it's been a minute since I have posted a video, and I apologize if you've been waiting for an update. I am back at it now. I'm trying to get a few videos recorded back to back tonight so that I can get them posted over the next couple weeks. But it's just been crazy. If you are new to my channel, if you don't know who I am, hi, my name is Brooke, and I am a working mom. I work outside the home. My husband stays home with the kids. We are a homeschool family, so I have 3 kids. 2 of them are homeschool age. I've got a 9th grader and a 4th grader this year. And then we have a 1-year-old, almost 2. He'll be 2 in December. So we kind of have a wide range of ages there from almost 2 to 13. And we, like I say, we homeschool. So I've got a lot of homeschool content. If you're new to my channel and you want to scroll through some of my videos, a lot of homeschool stuff. We are, like I say, a 1-income family because my husband is at home. He does do some work. We do get some income from him, but that is not our main income. So we are on a budget for a lot of things. So you'll see some videos about budgeting. And the video I'm going to do today is actually about visiting the Biltmore estate, which is not something that you think of doing on a budget. And today's video is not so much about the budget as much as it is just some things to know about the annual pass for Biltmore, because in the time that I have not been on here posting videos, we bought the annual pass for myself and my husband, so I'm going to explain that. I am going to do a video about doing Biltmore visits on a budget. This video is not so much to explain what Biltmore is. If you are not familiar with what Biltmore, just a real brief thing, it is a privately owned estate in Asheville, North Carolina. I am in North Carolina, so it's not too far of a trip for me. It's about 2-ish hours or so for us, so we can make a day trip out of it, which we have a couple times already this year. Since I haven't been doing the videos, we have visited Biltmore twice, so I have a little bit of experience since we've visited, and I'm going to give you some tips and tricks and we'll just give you some information about the annual pass. But I will be doing a video about how to visit on a budget and the ways that we are saving money and getting the most of our money while we're making these visits. Again, I apologize that the videos have been slow coming, but I am back and I'm getting these videos recorded so that I can get them posted for you and get you some updates. We haven't changed a whole lot. If you have watched my homeschool stuff, I've said, you know, we were into the homeschool year. We started back in July. This is October. We are more than a quarter way through our year. I just kind of did a first quarter review to see where my kids were in their books and the curriculums to make sure that they are where they need to be. So we are more than a quarter of the way through. I guess we might be close to a third of the way through. Our halfway point is Christmas. And we have tweaked a little bit of things. I'll do a video on that. We did change up, I believe it was my oldest daughter's English. We changed that up. I did not go with what I originally went with, so I'll be doing a video to show you what we switched. So be looking for that. There's just a variety of things that I'm going to be doing videos on to catch up. But for right now, let me just jump into this video. It's about the annual pass for Biltmore Estate. What happened was, for my birthday this year in July, I wanted to go to Biltmore. So I used my birthday money that I had set aside for myself, along with a little bit of like vacation fund money that we had to kind of play with and do something with this year. We didn't have enough to do like a spend the night vacation saved in our vacation money. So I was trying to think of a day trip that we could do that was something different. And we had not been to Biltmore since my middle child was like in a stroller. I think she was like 2, and then she was almost 9 when we went in July. So it had been a minute since we'd been to Biltmore. My oldest daughter remembered. The one that was a toddler at the time did not remember. So this was a refresher for all the kids and first visit for my son, which he's not going to remember because he's only 1 during this visit. But anyway, I wanted to go, and everybody was excited to get to go because it had been a while since we'd been. So we went in July. The tickets in July, and one of the reasons that I kind of decided on that was because I was trying to find something that was cheap but fun, a day trip, something big. And in July, the tickets, we didn't have the annual pass at the time. We just went regular, I bought the tickets. We did get a discount. We have insurance through Farm Bureau, and they offer a discount on Biltmore Estate tickets, or they did at the time. I didn't check right before I did this video, so if they don't, forgive me, I'm sorry, but they did offer a $8 discount per ticket at the time. So we got our tickets for $76 a piece. I've got my notes here, make sure I'm telling you right on my numbers. We ended up getting our tickets for $76 a piece. That was like, I think that's probably the cheapest tickets that you can get for Biltmore for one day. And that is just to view the house and the gardens, like the main grounds. That's nothing extra, no behind the scenes tours, nothing. It's just a regular during the 1 day pass. And I think you do, if you do that, there's so many different varieties with the tickets that you can get. I believe with that ticket you do get, you can go the next day or the day before, or visit just the grounds the next day. You don't get to do the house 2 days in a row, but I think you can go and visit the grounds the next day with the purchase of your ticket. But we didn't do that. We just went for the 1 day. And middle of summer, middle of July, it is hot in North Carolina, so I think that's probably why the tickets were so cheap, because they don't have a very high attendance in the middle of summer up there, or anywhere in North Carolina, I don't guess, other than the beach maybe. So the tickets were really cheap. When I was looking around different places we were going to go, we decided on that because it was so cheap. And we were able to use our vacation money that I had set aside to do that for everybody. And they were also doing during the summer, I don't know if they did this the last couple of summers. I think they had not done it for a year or two, but when I went back and looked, when I was comparing tickets, trying to figure out what we were going to do for our kind of summer vacation trip thing, they were doing the free kids for the summer. So 16 and under got in free with an adult. And then our youngest, I don't think even needed a ticket. But I think he got in free anyway. It's not like, it was like all your kids could get in free up to a certain number. If you got a ton of kids, you have to check it. But we got all 3 kids a ticket. I did get him a ticket. He had a ticket, whether he needed it or not, I'm not sure. But he had a ticket when we went in that first time. Because it was free, I just went ahead and clicked it and got 3 tickets just in case. I didn't want to mess up and him not have a ticket in case they had to have like a body count in the house. Like they had to know how many people were in there. Sometimes they do that. So I got the 3 tickets for all 3 kids, and then we paid for our tickets, and with the discount, they ended up being $76 a piece. So total in that one first trip, it ended up being like $169, tax and fees and all that afterward. So that was pretty good to get all of us in. Sorry, my neck is itching, and I realized this, like, I look like somebody was trying to kill me. I just scratched my neck right before I started this video, and it looks like somebody was trying to kill me. I did that myself. I'm okay. Everything's good, and my neck is itching for some reason, so I'm probably going to make more scratches. Apologize. Looks terrible. Anyway, moving on. So $169 got us in. We went in July. We were not planning on going back at all. The whole time we were there, they push on you to get the annual pass. Like, somebody will stand there and have their, at the little kiosk, are you interested in the annual pass? And don't forget to upgrade to your annual pass. And like, there's stuff on papers. You hear it through their speakers at different places around the grounds. Stop by, guest services to get your annual pass today. Find out all the things you can get with your annual pass. And we were like, no, thank you. No, thank you. No, thank you. We'll pass. No, thank you. And we didn't get the annual pass. That was our one trip. We weren't planning on going back anymore. And it was kind of expensive to get the annual pass. So that was just out of the question. No annual pass. We had our visit. It was fun. We left. And about 3 weeks later, I think. No, not even. Within a week, I got an email that said, something like, we enjoyed having you. We wish you'd come back. Here's a discount. And they offered the annual pass for $119 per person. That is less than half of what it is right now. Right now, an annual pass, I just looked before I started this video, is $299 to get one annual pass. And that's kind of a lot. We got ours at $119. At $119, I could not pass that up. We are going to make multiple trips throughout the year. If you look right now, and I've screenshotted it, so I may can throw the picture up real quick. The tickets for October, November, and December. I'm going to try to put it on the screen real quick. It shows the ticket prices. When the Christmas season starts for them, I believe November 3rd or 4th, when it turns into Christmas season, those tickets go crazy high. I think they're up to like, I don't think it was 170. I think there was at least 140, 145. I'll show you on the screen the ticket prices right now so you can see it. Somewhere around here you'll be able to see it. It goes up to more than what the annual pass was. So we paid $119 per person. The tickets around Christmas time just to get into the regular, see the house and grounds, not the Christmas night that you see the advertisements for. That's different. That's the candlelight Christmas evenings. That's a whole different thing. Just the regular tickets around Christmas time are up to like $140. And we got the annual pass for $119, and we get to go anytime. No, free admission anytime, as many times as we want to throughout the whole year. So I could not pass that up. So we went ahead and did it. So that's kind of how it happened for us, and that was our money amounts. Like I say, right now it's $299 a person. I don't know if they're still offering that $119, or if you can get it even cheaper. I have no idea. That was just what happened for us in July. I don't know what their normal routine is. I'm sure probably everybody that visits and does not sign up for the annual pass gets an email with an offer to get the annual pass for cheaper. I don't know what that is right now, so I can't promise you that that's going to happen for you, but I think it's a safe bet. Most places do that. It's just like when you go shopping online and you put something in a cart and then you leave, like within a 24 to 48 hours, you'll get an email. Hey, you left something in your cart. Here's 20% off if you come back and go shopping again. I think it's something like that. So no guarantee, but I think it's a safe bet, like I say, to, if you go to Biltmore and you don't get the annual pass, to wait about a week and you'll get an offer for a cheaper annual pass. But like I say, no guarantee. If you've done that, if you've gotten an offer for a cheaper annual pass, let me know what they offered it for you at. If you are watching this and you go afterward, how about coming back and dropping in the comments what kind of discount you got on it. So that was just kind of the facts of what happened for us. Now I'm just going to give you some information, just some good things to know if you are going to get the annual pass. Like we've been a couple of times and we've gone with kids. I'm going to do a video about visiting with kids. But just some quick things you need to know. When you sign up, we signed up online, so I did not sign up for the annual pass at Biltmore. But I think if you do that, you can probably same day get your little card made. So you got to have an actual card. But what happened for us, in case you do it the same way I did, and this is how I know you can do it, we signed up online. I bought my husband's and myself our annual pass separately. You don't have to put your kids' information on there. With your pass, you get up to, I believe it was 3 kids per adult that you can get in free with you anytime. So I signed up, I paid the fee and all that, and then we went to visit. You don't get the cards in the mail. You get your membership cards made at Biltmore. So we got in the mail, I got an email confirmation with our card number on it. And then I also got something in the mail. Did I get it in the mail? No, I got like a welcome letter saying, here's all the perks, and then you need to go to guest services when you visit Biltmore for the first time after you've got this annual pass. So I had an email that had our card, our pass, and our pass number and a little barcode on it. And then I also, when we went back, you have to go on and make an account on Biltmore's website, and then you book your tickets to go back through there. You don't go like the normal route where you buy tickets. You have to sign into your account, and then through your account you reserve tickets. Or not reserve tickets, you reserve house times. If you don't want to go tour the house with your annual pass, you can just go scan your card and go anytime and to tour the grounds, the trails, go up to Antler Hill Village, any of that. Anything other than going in the house, you can do it anytime without making any sort of reservations online. But if you want to tour the house, you're going to have to go through your account on Biltmore's website and then do your reserve house entry times. And you'll pick, and from there you have to tell how many people are coming. So what we did, I went in, I got our annual pass bought. I did not have the cards or anything. I got the email confirmation. I used that number to go on and I booked tickets for myself. I took my brother, he's an adult, so he had to pay separate for his, but it was at a little bit of a discount. I think it was like $8 or $10 off of his ticket to go visit Biltmore with us, but mine was free, my husband was free, our kids were free, my brother had to pay for his, minus the discount that I got for booking it under my name and my account as a guest of ours. So we had our tickets. This messed me up. When we had our tickets on my phone, I think we could have printed them out, but I had them on the phone, and it was just where I could scroll and you could see the barcodes. I thought they needed that at the entry gate, but they did not. He wanted to see our pass. So when you pull into Biltmore, if you're familiar with it, you go through the guard, shack looking thing, and then you go, through the curvy one approach road, and you get up to the point where they ask you to scan your tickets. I thought that's what he wanted. He didn't. Like I say, he wanted our pass, and I said, well, we don't have our pass yet. This is our first visit since I bought the pass, and I don't have my card yet. And he was like, well, I need to see your pass. So I had to scramble and get my paper out, I think. Yes, because I had either printed it out or they had mailed it to me, but I had the little paper where it had the barcode and the number on it. So he took that and he scanned that. But to be a little bit more prepared, the email that they send you, and I don't think I had service on my phone or something, I couldn't pull it up real quick. The paper was just right there, so I handed them the paper. But if you've got it on your phone, the email confirmation and you can like screenshot it, so you just swipe it really quick. When you go in the first time, when they're checking the tickets at the closer to the entrance, have that ready, and they'll scan that confirmation email with your membership card like on it. It's not the actual membership card. This is what the membership card looks like. I'm going to hide my number right there, but that's what the card looks like. You see my son, I'm holding my son. The lady told me that it was fine to hold my son in the picture, so we've got both of our pictures on the ID card. So that's the card that they send you. You get this when you go to Biltmore the first time after you buy your pass. I think, like I say, if you sign up for the annual pass while you're there visiting, you probably can get it done right there. And then before you leave, but we didn't do that. So when we went back during this trip that my brother went with us, we did the house tour and all that, and then we went to guest services while we were there, and I gave them the paperwork, and she took the picture and printed out our cards right there. It took like 5 minutes. So that was how we did that. So just some real quick things, just some kind of need to know things that I found very helpful with these past 2 times of visiting. And this was not my first time visiting in July. Like I said, we had went before when my kids were little, and my husband and I went on our first anniversary. We did a weekend trip, and then we also went for the Christmas night. Like the first year we were married, we did the candlelight Christmas tour. And then I had been as a teenager and a kid maybe 2 or 3 times. So this was like 6th or 7th visit for me. But as an adult with a family, this was only my 2nd and 3rd time. 2nd time at my birthday, 3rd time when we went back with my brother. So just some things that I think are good need to know things is about having the pass. They're going to ask you to scan your pass when you go in. So have that ready, whether it's the email copy or the hard copy actual card that you've got. And then the parking. We got kind of confused on the parking. When you go through the One Approach Road, there is parking lots A, B, and C. And I think you actually get to them backwards. I think you get to C first. It's on the right, and it's the one that's the furthest away. They do have the shuttle option to bring you, because I think it's like a 20+ minute walk to the Biltmore Estate if you park in C. And like I say, that's on the right. And then you go on down, there is another parking lot on the left and then one on the right, and that's A and B. And those are closer. Those are like 5 to 10 minute walks. That's where we parked when we went in July. And then when we went back, we got confused. I thought that I had one more driveway coming up to go to the parking lot, and we went totally past the parking lots. We passed C, A, B, and we drove to where you could see Biltmore. And we were like, oh man, we missed the parking lots. And there's no turning around. It's called One Approach Road. You're not supposed to turn around and go back to the parking lots. So we went on through. So this is kind of the good to know information that we found out on accident. When you go on through and you go down to the conservatory, there's more parking down there, but it's a tiny little parking spot. So we headed down there and we're like, maybe there's a chance that there's a parking spot. There was no parking spot. And then we saw somebody drive on to the right, and we were like, where are they going? And we realized there was another parking lot down there. There's a gravel parking lot on the back side of the conservatory. So you've got the conservatory, you got a little parking lot, and then you've got a large gravel parking lot back there. It's a different way to get up to the house, but there was more parking if the parking lots are way full, or you want to start down there at the gardens. If you go with your pass and you're not going into the house and you want to go down there to the trails, go to the bass pond, or just the gardens or whatever, then that's a good place to park, and you don't even go up to the house entrance. So we will probably do that on a couple of visits coming up. But anyway, gravel parking lot back there, and it's not that far. So you go from that gravel parking lot to the main parking lot behind the conservatory, and then you're right there at the gardens. So good to know. There's the gravel parking lot that's kind of an extra space back there behind the conservatory. And then it's not very wheelchair accessible, stroller accessible. We have went twice or 3 times. I remember with my daughter several years ago. But these 2 times we have took the stroller, a pretty big size stroller. It's not the small umbrella stroller. It's like the big baby stroller that the carrier fits down in, but we use it without the carrier, obviously, because he's big now. But we've had my son in his big stroller, And there are several times where me and my husband take turns, like somebody holds the handle and somebody holds the foot of the stroller, and we just pick him up and go down the stairs or up the stairs or over a curb or something. And you know, with the two of us, we can handle it. But if you're alone with a big stroller, I don't know, there are some places that are not going to be real accessible, or you're either going to have to like go way around, out of your way to get from one place to another. If you're in a, like with a wheelchair, you know, that's different than us being able to carry the baby, fold the stroller up. You got to really look at where you're going, look at the area, and kind of look at the map to see where you can get. Because I mean, the place was built in the early 1900s, so before ADA laws, you know, wheelchair accessible things were there. It was not built to that code. So there are some rough terrain places if you're in a wheelchair or pushing a stroller, or you got like the baby wagon. I wouldn't recommend that. I think I saw one or two people with those, but I don't recommend that. The house itself, again, this is not a baby thing, but I know a lot of people are wondering about going with kids. Going to the house itself and doing the tour, if you're going to go with kids, make sure that you go when they are at their peak happy hour. Don't go when it's nap time. You do not want to have your kid having a meltdown in the middle of the house tour. We have booked our tickets with my son when it's in the morning, like mid-morning. We get there at like 10:30 to do our entry, so that it's his happy time. He's not sleepy, he's not starving. That's his best hours is when is that mid-morning right before lunch. So we're done with the house, and then we go and do lunch, and then he gets sleepy and cranky after that. I'd rather him be cranky and screaming and being mad over little things when we're trying to tour around the gardens outside than when we're in the house. Also, if you're going with kids, if you've got a potty training, you know, kid, I would say, you know, baby up to, you know, 8, 9, 10 years old. I've got a 9-year-old that has to go to the bathroom all the time. There is not a good place to stop and use the bathroom when you're on the tour, and the tour can take like hour and a half. So if you're going with the little ones, make sure that you got a fresh diaper when you start. My first trip around, I did not make sure the diaper was fresh, and I ended up with a big pee spot on the side of my shirt before we were done, because he's a little boy and his diaper was full and it shot out the side and it got all over my shirt. So, boy, mom, lived and learned. That won't be the last time it happens, I'm sure. So make sure you got fresh diaper on your little one, and they have went to the bathroom before the tour starts. There are bathrooms in the stables, and then there are bathrooms, I want to say, as you go in. Oh, also another thing, you have to go through a metal detector. They have a security house there. They didn't have that when we went, you know, 7 or 8 years ago. But they have a security little entryway house thing that you have to go through that's got a metal detector. So if you have, you know, pocket knives, I'm not sure what their rule is. I think it's no firearms. So if you open carry, conceal carry, or whatever, just something to think about, that you do have to go through the security check, and you do have to go through the metal detector. So if you're carrying, you know, the pocket knives or whatever, just be forewarned, you're going to go through security. So when you do go through security and you go to the right, there are some bathrooms right there. So you can go do the bathrooms real quick and then go back up and go to the house, or you could go all the way into the stables, and there's 2 different bathrooms in those stables at each end. Like there's a restaurant on one end, and then the gift shop, or one of the gift shops on the other far end, and there's bathrooms on both sides. So definitely hit the bathrooms before you go into the house, because there's not a good place to stop in the middle of the tour to go to the bathroom. If you are taking a stroller, make sure that it's one that can easily fold, or you're going to have to stop and pause your tour to go put the stroller in the little stroller area that they have outside. Also, and this is just things that I have learned just in the last 2 trips. If you get the audio guides, this is the thing that you listen to that tells you details about each room that you're going through. They don't have them on lanyards. When I went several years ago, they were on lanyards and you carried around your neck, but because of the virus and being able to clean them, they don't have the lanyards anymore. You just hold it. So it was for us having everybody holding those things. They got put down or they got stuck in the stroller. So a couple of times my husband had to run out to the stroller because he set off the alarm, because he didn't know that one of us had stuck our audio thing because our hands were full, you know, me getting the baby in and out, or the kids not wanting to carry theirs anymore. The audio guides had gotten stuck in the stroller and it set off the alarm, so he had to run and try to get it back in the house, and it did it again. So just make sure you hold on to your audio guides and don't let your kids stick them in your stroller and then try to take the stroller back out to the little stroller area when you go downstairs. lived and learned. Hopefully that was the last time we do that, because my husband got aggravated because he kept setting off the alarm and he had no idea why. Let's see. They do have an elevator if you want to. We didn't, when we went upstairs, we carried our stroller with us. My son was still in the stroller. I didn't want to take him out yet. And they were more than happy to let us use the elevator. Biltmore has an elevator, an operating elevator that still operates, original to the house, and it is still in operation. So there was a nice lady there both times that took me up and down in the elevator so we could do the top floor tour and then go down. But they don't recommend you taking the stroller downstairs to the basement. I don't even think they'll let you. I don't think it's a recommendation. I think they will not let you, because we haven't done it the last 2 times. So make sure it's easily foldable, and when it gets to that point when you're switching floors, that you got all your stuff out of the stroller that you want to carry with you, and you can stick it in the little stroller area, or you can fold it and carry it with you when you go upstairs, because there are places where strollers it's not going to work. You got to go up and down steps, and they're narrow. Let's see, what was something else that we learned? The bathrooms in the stable area, when you go through the little courtyard and into the stables where the stable restaurant is, there are 2 bathrooms there. I know one of them has an elevator that you can go up to the bathroom. I didn't realize, I think one may not. Just look for, if you've got a baby, you got a stroller, or you need the accessible, look for the bathroom sign that says accessible, and there's an elevator right there. I didn't realize that, and I walked up a bunch of steps. My knee was hurting, and I was carrying the baby, and I wish I would have seen the one with the elevator to make sure that I got in the elevator. I may have walked right past the elevator that first time, didn't even realize it, but I know there is a bathroom with an elevator to get up to the bathroom in the stable area. Let me think. I don't know much about the winery because we don't drink alcohol in this house. So we don't visit the winery. I know that's a big thing with a lot of people that go to Biltmore, but I don't have any tips about that. I can't tell you anything about that. I do know that there was a lot of stuff at the Antler Hill Village that was really neat, and we want to spend more time at that when we go back next time. We didn't have a whole lot of time because it was the end of the day and kids were cranky, so we were just kind of done. But there is like a whole nother little museum thing that they have taken pieces out of the house, and then they've put in this. It's almost like just an extra Biltmore at Antler Hill Village. I think it's called something Legacy. I'll have to look it up. I'll put the name of it up here. But it's just it's like a museum. So when you walked in there, and they had it set up room to room and different things from their family, and like different pieces of clothing and pictures of cars, and it was just extra history, and we love history stuff, so that was fun for us to get a little bit extra Biltmore history. Even though we were done with the house tour, it was extra there. There's gift shops at the Biltmore house, at the stable. There's gift shops at the conservatory. There's gift shops at Antler Hill Village. We didn't get to see everything, so we're definitely gonna make more trips and get the most out of our annual pass, and we'll see some of that stuff when we go back. I'm trying to think what was some other things. Something that we're going to do with fall and Christmas. I'm planning on going here in about 2 or 3 weeks. Toward the end of October, we're going to go and do a kind of a fall visit. I'm trying to get a visit with every season. We're going to get a fall visit in the end of October, because November, I think it's 3rd or 4th, I can't remember, that first weekend, that first Friday, that starts Christmas at Biltmore. And they're going to be full on Christmas all of November pretty much, and December is just Christmas. So the window for fall is just in October. If you want to see the mums in the gardens and all that, from what I've read, you've got to go in October. So we're going to hit that, like I say, in like 2 weeks or so, we're going to go for a visit. If you are going to Biltmore and you don't have the annual pass and you're looking for the cheapest tickets, weekdays are the cheapest. The prices go up on Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and around holidays. So a non-holiday midweek, Monday through Thursday, is going to be your best ticket prices. And then we're going to go at Christmas. You don't have to, the candlelight Christmas, I think you do get a discount on that, but it is still pretty expensive, and we, very much on a budget for us. We are getting the most out of the price that we paid for our annual pass, but still on a budget. So I don't think we're going to be doing the candlelight Christmas evening this year, but we are going to go during Christmas time. And what I have a thought, and I will let y'all know later if this worked out for us, we're going to go, I'm planning like early December, like first, second week of December, to see all the Christmas stuff. And you can book the house tour up to, I think, 4 o'clock, because you go on there, you pick your day, and then you pick your hour that you want to go in. So I am planning for us to start our house tour at like 4 or 4:30, like get one of the latest times that you can do. And by the time we leave, it'll be dark. So I'm thinking that maybe we will get a glimpse of some of the Christmas, what the house looks like at night with all the fireplaces lit and the Christmas trees lit. I'm thinking we will get a glimpse of that without actually having to pay the Candlelight Christmas Tour price. I don't know. I don't know if that's going to work. We're going to try it. I'm going to book the late entry house time and then just see what happens, see what it looks like. Because by that time, daylight savings time is going to switch over and it's going to be dark at like 6 o'clock maybe. I may be off on that. I'm going to see if I can cheat the system a little bit and catch the house at dark, even though we're not going for the Candlelight Christmas evening tours. What else? The food is expensive. That was the other thing I was going to talk about. When we went the first time, we paid way too much money for food. It's like any other attraction. I'm not saying that it's bad, that Biltmore charges the money. They got to make their money somehow. It's like going to an amusement park and you're going to pay, crazy amounts of money for food. It's no different than that. But for family visiting on a budget, we can't do that every time. So the first time we went, I kind of wasn't sure what to expect or like where we could eat if we took our own food. And we're used to doing that. Like you go to the zoo, you go visit, you go back out, you eat your food, picnic style, and you go back in. Places that we can do a picnic style lunch, we do. So, but I wasn't really sure about it. So the first time we went, we bought food and woo, it was expensive. So not doing that no more. We will get snacks. Like I really want to go to the creamery. We got a little bit of stuff that first visit at the creamery. Like I think we got like a cookie, some milkshakes or something between us all. Nothing really big. I do plan on going back to that because that was really, really good. But no more meals. If you can, go for it. But it's like amusement park prices, so expect to pay a lot of money for food and drinks while you're there. What we did the second time was packed a lunch. And we were in that gravel parking lot behind the conservatory. So we went back there. It was pretty quiet. We ate in the car because it did end up getting kind of hot at that point. So we didn't really want to sit outside, and we were in the little bit bigger vehicle, so I let my son kind of run around between the seats, and he ate his lunch, and he got a little bit of chill out time, and we just sat in the car with the air conditioning on, and I had packed a lunch, so I set up kind of buffet style and popped the trunk. I made sandwiches one right after the other, and we all got our lunch, and we sat and we ate it, and then we went back and did a little bit more of the grounds and looked at the gardens. I will put a link to Biltmore's website, to the annual pass section where you can see all the perks of the annual pass. You get a discount with your purchases. I can't remember if it's 10 or 20% off your purchases. And then you get perks here and there. They'll send you emails for the month of September, I think, because we went back for that second visit in September. I think it was 20% off your purchases. You get random things here and there that they'll send you extra perks, extra percentages off. You get something, something off the dining. You get something off of if you stay at the hotels. There's the inn, and then there's the, I can't remember what it's called, more of a hotel, like a second tier level type of hotel. They got the really fancy inn at Biltmore, and then you got the regular hotel. And then I think there's some other places you can stay. I haven't looked too far into that because it's a little bit more out of our budget right now. Maybe one day, but not right now. So you do get discounts on that if you're an annual pass holder. I'm trying to think. I can't think of all of it off the top of my head, but I'll put a link in the description to the annual pass perks that you can look at to see if it's worth it for you. Right now it is $2.99 for the annual pass that I looked before I started the video. I don't know if they're going to be doing discounts between now and Christmas, like a Black Friday thing. Honestly, I don't know. If you're not, if you want to keep an eye out for that, and I will keep an eye out for that and maybe post it in the comments of this video, or, update the description when I see that it's on sale. I'll do a little update on this video, or I may do a quick, just brand new update to let y'all know that it's on sale, because I think it's really, really fun. It's educational. A lot of my daughter's friends have never been to Biltmore, and that kind of surprised me that so many people have never been to Biltmore. So if you've got a chance to go and you can spend the money to get the annual pass or just the one-time tickets, I really encourage you to go because it's fun and it's something neat to see. I think that's all I have for you today. If you got any questions about anything, I'd be happy to answer those. Just drop it in the comments, and I will see y'all soon on another video. Thank y'all. Bye.